This is Real Republican News, and I am your host, Jason Mariner. I have here with me my good friend, Real Republican Representative Rick Roth, and we see some problems in the country. We're just here to fix them. We're here to help get you your constitutional rights back. Rick's got some things on his mind that he wants to accomplish. You all know that I have some things that I want to do. I want to get our free speech rights back. I want to get big tech regulated, broken down to size. I want to get our politicians to start doing their jobs, right? Doing their jobs like regulating big tech like they should have done in the first place. And by the way, Rick is not a politician because politicians say that they're going to create unity in this country and then they go and rip it apart, kind of like you've seen with this new administration. That's what a politician does. What a representative does is say that they're going to do something and then they follow through with it and they help their constituents. That's exactly why Rick is sitting with us today. Rick.
So I'm a state representative from Palm Beach County. My name is I'm a Real Republican Representative Rick Roth. That's 5 R's.
That's a lot of R's.
Today we're going to talk about how you can help us defend our Constitution. It's called participatory government. Listen, our founders, Benjamin Franklin said, I gave you a republic if you can keep it. And the way we're going to keep it is we're going to participate. So I'd like to give you just a couple of pointers that we're going to talk more about next episode. Basically, is we're going to give you a little bit of help on how you can be influential with your state representative, your congressman, even your mayor, and even your governor. So the bottom line is, how do you participate in government? And just for example, the first rule is be polite. Show up at meetings. Be there. Be part of the action. Pay attention. Pay attention to what they're talking about. Correspond with them. And I hate to tell you this, there's one more catch. You got to at some point write a check. If you write a check to your congressman for $100, I wouldn't recommend 25. That was maybe 20 years ago you could do that.
Inflation.
But, inflation. Yeah. Write a check for $100, has to be personal, and send it to your congressman and thank him for his support on a bill that you like. You've done 2 things. You told him that you're willing to participate and follow what he does and be a part of the influence. Secondly, you've sent him money. So you're a participant and you wrote a check. Those are the 2 things that are first. The third thing that every congressman and representative needs is experts in the field. If you are an expert in a certain field, engineering or whatever, and you're part of a nonprofit organization or some type of organization that represents your industry, you can be influential with your congressman.
Don't get scared when Rick says write a check. We're talking about $100 here. We understand financial constraints. The point is, you've got to put a little bit of skin in the game to show that you're committed. And I don't know what better cause there is out there than to be involved and have some skin in the game when it comes to freedom, the Constitution, and keeping America a free country. Because I've got news for you. With the way things are going, we are not going to sustain freedom. This country is being taken over by tyrants. Rick and I are only 2 men. We need the help of other people to stop them, to get in their way. We've got something called the silent majority. We've been bullied into being the silent majority because everything that a Republican does now is labeled as racist or bigotry or xenophobia or even arachnophobia in some cases. I mean, if there's a phobia, it's a Republican in the eyes of the left. It's absolutely not true. We need to be the loud majority. And might I add, the one other thing that you have to do to start getting involved is to be persistent. You can't make 1 phone call. You can't make 2 phone calls. You've got to make 300 or 400
Thank you.
phone calls.
That's why I said what I said to write a check, because I know what you're going to do. You're going to do your homework first. You're going to go to 2 or 3 meetings. You're actually going to have a short conversation with your congressman, and then you're going to decide if you write a check. But if you decide that your congressman represents your values, then you writing him a check you're saying to him, you understand how people get reelected. We need grassroots support. We need people that give us feedback on what's going on in the community. one of the greatest things you can say as a state representative on the floor of the House as you're passing your bill is, I got this idea from a neighbor of mine that was having a problem with this. That's what really gets legislation passed. When you give your legislator information, you know what I call it? And I'm sorry, this may be inappropriate. I call it, you're giving him bullets to put in his gun. You're giving him information that he can use. You need to be a good source of information to your representative. But first, you have to build that relationship.
Do I look like a guy that's easily offended? I actually like what he just said. I think it makes us regular people to say things like that. This whole attack on free speech is another thing that we're going to end. We're going to get you your rights back. That's what our goal is. Our goal is to get you your rights back, keep America free, keep Florida a great red state where people continue to want to flock to. That's the end of the story, everyone. We want you to get involved in your government. We want to save America, and we want to serve people. We also want to motivate you to get involved.
And the ending point is the most important. Talk about your issue with your congressman with passion. But when you get down to the bottom and ask him a question of what he can do, can I tell you a little secret? Talk a little softer. That shows respect. And it shows you're being careful in the way you're presenting your position. This is what I think is the problem, and this is what I want you to do. Congressman, can you help me? And you do that with respect. In today's world, and especially, you will rise to the top.
And I actually just did that with one of our congressmen and women. Just so you know, I'm a regular guy. I'm a business owner. That's it, end of story. But I've garnered the attention of politicians, representatives like Rick who want to serve our people. All right. So if you think that you can't do it, you're right. You're absolutely right if you think you can't do it. But if you think you can do it, you're also correct. So get involved. Don't assume your neighbor's going to do the heavy lifting for you in saving this country and in saving your freedom and in saving and ensuring the freedom of your children and generations to come. It's going to be people like us that do it. I'll explain to you in the next episode exactly how I started getting attention of people. It's persistence, it's intellect, it's motivation, it's passion, just like Rick said. So until next time, we have a little message for you. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless America, the Constitution. We will be back to save America. We will be back to help you, help us save America. And until next time, be well, everyone.
Thanks, Jason.
You got it right. You know what? Forget that. There we go. Be well, everyone.